The Emirate of Dubai is one of the most fascinating places in the world. It is known for a variety of things, especially the luxurious lifestyle of just about anyone who lives there. However, contrary to the norms of other places, Dubai citizens practice polygamy, evidently seen thanks to their ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashidalmaktoum, who has been married to at least 7 women with 26 children. Shockingly, he is divorced from all of his wives, except one, his second wife. This raises the question, who is she? And is she really happy being married to her husband? Keep watching to find out the answers to these questions and much more. Before we look at the life of the only First Lady of Dubai and her marriage to the Sheikh, let's see how the great ruler of the Emirates of Dubai married and divorced so many women. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashidalmaktoum is a man of great power, wealth, and assets. Being the ruler of the Emirate of Dubai, as well as the Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, proves just how powerful and influential he is. A man like that could do anything he wanted, one of which was to marry multiple wives and have many children. His first wife, Randa bint Mohammed al-Banna, married the Sheikh of Dubai in 1972, and they both had a daughter, Sheikha Manal bint Mohammed al-Maktoum, on November 12, 1977. However, after a few years, Randa al-Banna divorced her husband, and as a result, Sheikh Mohammed prevented her from seeing her daughter for over 40 years, to the point of issuing a decree to prevent her from entering the United Arab Emirates, claiming she is a security threat since she is the mother of his daughter. After marrying his second wife, Sheikh Mohammed got married to Princess Haya bint al-Hussein, the daughter of the ruler of Jordan, King Hussein, and his third wife, Queen Alia. The wedding took place on April 10, 2004, at the Al Baraka Palace in Amman, Jordan, and the marriage seemed to be going well. She gave birth to 2 children, Sheikha al-Jalila bint Mohammed bin Rashid al-Maktoum on December 2, 2007, and Sheikh Zayed bin Mohammed bin Rashid al-Maktoum on January 7, 2012. However, things weren't going as well as everyone thought, as the Sheikh divorced his second wife on February 7, 2019, without her knowledge, on grounds of betrayal and infidelity. This led to a court battle that lasted up till December 21, 2021, but ended up with Princess Haya being granted full custody of her children, as well as being paid a lump sum settlement of £251.5 million in addition to £5.6 million a year for each child, and an upfront payment of £290 million as a guarantee. It turns out that Princess Haya had been subject to some form of domestic abuse, and it was said that Sheikh Mohammed consistently displayed coercive and controlling behavior against family members who went against his will. Apart from these women, the Sheikh also married other women, including Delilah Alula, having 3 children with her, Horia Ahmed Lamara, having 5 children with her, Marwan, having 1 son with her, Zoe Grigorikos, having 1 daughter with her, as well as Dr. Dalia Al-Mutana, President and CEO Gulf at GE, who he had 1 daughter with. All of these women and several unknown women married the Sheikh and later divorced him over the years, except one, his second wife. Throughout his life, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid al-Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates as well as the ruler of the Emirate of Dubai, has married several women from different countries and even royal families from around the world. He has had 26 children in total with all these women. However, what gives the impression of one big happy family isn't exactly what it seems. This is because, while the Sheikh has married all these women, he has subsequently divorced them, or they divorced him over a few years. All except one. The one who stayed, or the one who didn't run as others call her, is the moniker given to the second wife of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid al-Maktoum, Sheikha Hind bint Maktoum bin Juma al-Maktoum. Sheikha Hind married Sheikh Mohammed on April 26, 1979, in what is known as Dubai's first major public event, and you can barely imagine how extravagant an event with such a title would be. However, there is more to the only wife of the Sheikh than just that. Believe it or not, Sheikha Hind bint Maktoum bin Juma al-Maktoum is also a member of the royal family of the Emirates of Dubai, even without being married to the current ruler. She has blood relations to the longest-serving ruler of Dubai and grandfather of the current Sheikh, Sheikh Saeed bin Maktoum bin Hasher al-Maktoum, as she is the paternal granddaughter of his brother, Sheikh Juma bin Maktoum al-Maktoum. As if that isn't confusing enough, she is also the daughter of Sheikha Shaika bint Saeed bin Maktoum al-Maktoum, the daughter of Sheikh Saeed bin Maktoum bin Hasher al-Maktoum of Dubai, making her a first cousin of her husband through her mother, along with being a second cousin of her husband through her father. Being cousins has never been considered a deterrent to marriage in some parts of the world, and one of those places is the Emirates of Dubai. At the young age of 17 years, Sheikha Hind got married to her first cousin, Sheikh Mohammed, who was about 13 to 14 years older than her at the time. But that didn't stop them from having one of the most lavish events in Dubai's history. one so extravagant and expensive that it was estimated to cost over $100 million. This wedding was known as Dubai's first main public event, being so extravagant that one could easily have mistaken it for a national festival rather than a wedding ceremony. The wedding was held in a newly built stadium made to accommodate about 20,000 people, with shows of camel riding, horse riding, and even an impressive stunt display by the Dubai Air Force. It was truly an extravagant event befitting a ruler of such stature, bringing the cost to $137 million and earning it a place in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most expensive wedding of all time. After the extravagant celebration, Sheikha Hind began living the life of a regular Arab wife, which involved devotedly following the Islamic purdah system by never associating her husband with his race meetings. She is rarely seen in other public events. Even her picture has never been exposed publicly. It is safe to say that the luxurious life of the Dubai royalty didn't faze or change her one bit as she continued living her quiet family life. Throughout their very long marriage, she has given birth to 12 children, with her being pregnant nearly every year. A very impressive feat in its own right. Apart from that, she also took in and raised many orphans as a result of her charity. But it seems like her knack for raising children even caught the eye of her husband, who then took the children of his other affairs and gave them to his second wife to raise. One would think she would have reacted negatively to all this extra responsibility. However, eyewitness reports claim that she even rejoiced at the opportunity of this new responsibility. Starting from the year 1980, she gave birth to her first child, bint Mohammed al-Maktoum, and a year later, she gave birth to her first son, and supposed heir to the throne of Dubai, Rashid bin Mohammed al-Maktoum. He was a famous athlete in the United Arab Emirates, participating in a number of international and local equestrian endurance competitions, and winning a number of honors. His greatest feat was winning 2 gold medals in the 2006 Asian Games, 120 kilometers endurance individual mixed, along with the 120 kilometers endurance team mixed events. However, his life was unduly cut short at the age of 33 due to cardiac arrest. But some sources claim the young prince was actually murdered by Yemeni terrorists in the Ma'rib province, following an ambush on him and a number of other United Arab Emirates officials. A year after the birth of the late prince, Sheikha Hind gave birth to her second son, Sheikh Mohammedbinrashidalmaktoum, who is currently known as the Crown Prince of Dubai since 2008. In 1983, Sheikha Hind gave birth to Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who serves as the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance of the United Arab Emirates, Deputy Ruler of Dubai, and Chairman of Dubai Media Incorporated. Between 1988 and 2000, Sheikha Hind gave birth to 8 other children and spent most of her time raising each child to adulthood. When she wasn't raising children, she ran charitable events for orphans and members of the community, especially the poor and needy families. One of those charitable events occurred in June 2013, when the Mohammed bin Rashid Charity and Humanitarian Establishment distributed 4,100 smart cards of Ramadan ration thanks to the donation of Sheikha Hind in its charitable programs for the holy month of Ramadan. As a result, she was able to distribute basic foodstuff to the needy and low-income families in the Emirate of Dubai and northern areas. Sheikha Hind is well known for her care and strict attention to the upbringing and education of her children. She is mainly concerned with imparting traditional moral values to her children, while providing them with the best modern education, particularly in the field of information technology, to help them catch up to the demands of the fast-growing world. She also supports her husband, Sheikh Mohammed, in his vision to improve the health and education sector, as well as the development of the United Arab Emirates. That said, there are still some doubts as to whether the second wife of the Dubai ruler is actually happy. Over the course of her marriage with Sheikh Mohammed, the sheikh has married a number of other women and had many children with them. However, that is expected, as the Muslim tradition states that a man can marry 4 wives, provided the man offers equal sustenance and equal treatment to all. Sheikh Mohammed has managed to have 4 wives at a time, even though there's been some shuffling over the years. And apart from those wives, he has had many other women he probably couldn't even remember. Sheikh Mohammed had relations with many women, and whenever anyone quarreled with him, he would divorce her and take the children away from her using any means necessary, regardless of how unethical they were. However, Sheikha Hind continued to act humbly, as she was brought up according to strict Muslim traditions. These traditions even required her to wear a mask on her face known as a burqa, which also symbolizes femininity. As the most senior wife of Sheikh Mohammed, Sheikha Hind experienced seeing her husband marry the much younger Princess Haya of Jordan, who accompanied the sheikh to many events, and even gave speeches at some of those events. However, Sheikha Hind remained humble per her traditions, and watched as the sheikh's marriage to Princess Haya crumbled to become the most expensive divorce ever. Sheikha Hind has successfully raised children who are prolific in their fields, taking up important positions in public administration and having many profitable businesses. Her 5 daughters and 6 sons are all successfully married with children, and the First Lady continues her charitable efforts with orphans and the poor, as well as helping with the promotion of Arab women in the government. As the most senior wife of Sheikh Mohammed, Sheikha Hind has witnessed a parade of younger women and broken marriages. Yet, she remains a steadfast figure in the shadows. Despite the Sheikh's turbulent love life and controversial actions, she has raised successful children and dedicated herself to charitable causes. But one burning question remains. Is Sheikha Hind truly happy, or has she just mastered the art of silent endurance? But wait, if you thought this story was intriguing, you won't believe what happened to a Bahraini princess who eloped with a US Marine. Scandal, heartbreak, and an international chase. Where is she now? Click on the screen to uncover the jaw-dropping details of her devastating love story. You won't want to miss this.